mean, like, yeah.
Yes, sir. So nice. I got to go and take it. What are you studying?
Marketing analytics. What are the motorsports industry? I'm a big motorsports guy.
That's cool. Yeah. I'm doing sports analytics right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
I just finished my sophomore year.
Are you in Charlotte?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so crazy. Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from here.
Where'd you go to high school?
Green Hill.
I went to East Chapel High School.
Nice.
So you guys were pretty sure we played. I mean, I played Green Hill baseball.
I didn't play high school sports. I just played club soccer. Yeah, I learned. I grew up 10 minutes from the stadium here. That was where I spent my whole life. Never moved. Nothing.
Are there any players on each team that you know? Are there any notables? There are not that many notable players this year.
The only one I recognized yesterday was Angel Di Maria, and that was just my son.
I mean, Nani's here again. Aguero's here again.
Yeah, I think they were.
Get the water bottle out of the picture. See, I am photogenic. I got it. Now the kid's box.
Wait, I might have gotten that before he came into view. Oh my gosh, I can't see him.
Legendary. He's done well. Anyway, on the new iPhone, you can see it.
Oh,
It just like rolls in. Welcome, everybody, to the 2025 TST Day 2, the start of the final group stage matches for the men's competition. It is a big one as these two teams play for first place in Group K. It is the FC Roha Eagles from Switzerland against Socceroof. Both teams returning for the second time to TST competition as we take a look at our starting lineups for these two squads. Loaded teams for these two groups. For Socceroof, they've got World Cup veterans, they've got EPL, La Liga, Ligue 1 veterans, a team filtered with experience, but not TST experience. And on the flip side, this is a Roha Eagles group led from the front in the attack by their captain, number 10, Nedzov Plachi, and it is a group that is lethal, an indoor, small-sided expert squad, and they are looking and raring to go here. They felt they took quick goal a little bit too easy yesterday in their first game. It led to a 3-2 loss to open up the competition. They came back with a 4-1 win last night, and they are ready to roll here in this one. Roha Eagles in the all-white kits going left to right on your screens. Socceroof in the all-green kits going right to left on your monitors. Anthony Castera gets us started for Socceroof, and immediately this Socceroof side flying forward. Socceroof, one of the biggest indoor facilities across the United States, led by, though, a group of French entrepreneurs, French Americans, and they, in year 2 in TST, have dipped into their French experience. They have brought over a number of players who have played in Ligue 1 on top of a few players that have played for Socceroof's own club last year, and it has given them a good balance of players experienced in this competition. Sam Ducrot, a part of the group last year, Victor Elisat as well. A Socceroof side that got out of the group stage, and they've added the likes of a Dedrick Boyata, who played in a World Cup, Anthony Castera, big-time League On goal scorer, and many, many more. This one comes across the box. This will be a new test for the Roha Eagles. They haven't played against the ball much. Normally a team that dominates possession and sort of invites pressure on them. And now they are the ones under pressure. First early chance, and it's flashed over the crossbar. Andrea Mutombo with a curling shot just over the crossbar, and Socceroof coming out looking to go perfect here in the group stage and showing why they have been so good so far. They beat the Raleigh Rebels 2-1 in their opening match yesterday, and then an absurd target score 6-4 winner over Quick Goal in the evening game. They entered target score up 5-1. They conceded 3 straight goals, but the beauty of target score is the time never runs out on you. You're always in control of your own destiny. They finally were able to score at 5-4 to make it that 6-4 win and move into first place in the group. Now, because of the nature of this group, they did not clinch automatically. We do have teams that clinched yesterday, including our reigning champions, La Bombonera, as well as one of the newbies in Liga Foot 7. Villarreal, the Spanish Giants, have already clinched their spot in the next round. But we're going to learn a lot about what this bracket will look like in the next hour or so as we get into day 2 of TST competition. Sun not shining today, but the soccer, perfect conditions to play it. And we are kicking off our women's group stage competition here on this day 2. Socceroof knock it around now. Luis Pedro up the line. His team cannot hold it, and now a chance for Roha to really get on the ball for the first time. Yassin will walk it up the field. This Roha team coming last year, but only with 12 players in their group. A squad that's used to playing more 5v5 and 4v4 competition. We're not fully prepared for the size of the field, the energy it requires to play out here in the sun, game after game on the road to $1 million. So they have revamped their squad. As the captain now, Nedzad Plachi, comes back on the field, but they are led in all intents and purposes by their goalkeeper in Andrea Hoja. He might have the best feet of any goalie at this competition. A high-level shot stopper as well. As the game wears along, you'll see he will invite pressure from the defense to try and cut it open with a pass. Good work from Socceroof to play through the lines. Elisat trying to help lead the attack. Now the quick ball out from Musa Haddad. And in the end there, it's a creative idea on the end line there from Costera, but not enough to break things open. So last year, Socceroof brought a team, a lot of players from the New York area where Socceroof started, and their first few facilities are set up. Players from the Cosmopolitan Soccer League, college soccer players, retired veterans, with a sprinkling of players coming from France this year. Dedrick Boyata, the Belgian international 2018 World Cup veteran, starting in the back line. So a much different look for this group. You could see there, sprinting down the field, calling for that one was Admir Nazai. Nazai, a pickup for this Roha team from Manhattan Soccer Club, who came last year as a TST entrant. He was the leading goal scorer for that team, and he comes back this year as a recruit with this Roha Eagles squad because of the Albanian connection that this Roha Eagles team mainly comprised of Swiss Albanian players. Boyata plays into the teeth of the defense. Early strike there and blocked by Nazai. This is a whole new test for the Roha Eagles. Playing against the ball. Colbert will close down. Good work from Socceroof to play out of it. Now the ball high up the field. Inzakone battling. And the last touch will be off a Socceroof player and out. This one rotated back by Sinani. Veteran defenders in this group for the Roha Eagles. They came flying out the gates, took an early 2-0 lead over the Raleigh Rebels last night. They made it 3-0 at the start of the second half before conceding late in the second half to make it 3-1 going into target score time. They ran the game down. They are one of the teams that they will point out to the referee that the 3 minutes have elapsed in target score time to start pulling players off the field so they can get space to play. Reminder, every game at TST ends with a goal. So after the 40 minutes of play in our 2 20-minute halves, we will move to target score time. We will set that target score 1 goal more than the higher scoring team. When we hit that mark, the game is over and the clock can never run out. But every 3 minutes until we hit that mark, we will pull a player off the field for both teams. So we will start at 7v7, go down to 6v6 and 5v5, all the way down to 2v2 if necessary. Running subs, of course, both in regulation and in target score time for these teams. You see the patience right now from the Roha Eagles. Now they move on into the attack. The captain, Placi. The cross comes in. It's almost spilled. And Socceroof able to hang on to that one. Ahmet Bullet getting the chance in goal in this one for Socceroof, as they are undefeated, but Clement Diop has started the other 2 games in goal. Diop just stepping off the field from Major League Soccer play. Had a long career here in North America with the LA Galaxy, Montreal Impact, Inter Miami. And he is one of the leaders of this team. But rotation here in this third group stage game as Boyata comes off for the first time. Sam Ducras will come on in his place. Ducras, the leading assist man last year for this team. Coming over from playing in the lower divisions in France, but a dangerous turnover from him. And Bullet quickly off his line, had to be aggressive there. And he's able to save his squad as Atakan was bearing down on him. And a foul called here. That one sprayed out wide. Pierre Caillet, first opportunity on the field as Socceroof, interestingly, going more line changes. Segments of this team playing longer stretches than you normally see in this competition. Kone trying to post up deep in the corner, cannot keep possession. So the Roha Eagles and their clean all-white kits and their second trip to TST, trying to get out of the group stage once again, but they believe they have a chance to be finishing their trip to Cary, North Carolina with $1 million in their pocket. As Boulay brings that one down. Good little interchange there towards the top of the box. Castera not able to keep it. And that exit pass, a little bit too strong, cleaned up by Luis Pedro. Socceroof really showing patience in their possession. And really impressive to watch. I think you are looking at two of the teams that have what it takes to make the full run all the way to that final game. Both teams run by GMs and coaches who have been here before. So they understand the rules, the setup, the competition, as well as the physical toll and the way the game shifts as you get deeper into the competition. I think both have game-changing talent as well, as you see that attempt at the slide rule pass down the middle from Sekic. Amar Sekic, 1 goal last night for this Roha Eagles side. Sekic now trying to pull the strings a little bit. Socceroof's starting pressure just much deeper, and this is where Hojo wants to be. He wants to be in possession, but Socceroof not sending anyone towards him. Left-footed strike, and it's saved over the crossbar. Yusuf Sizubek, the goalkeeper, with the touch, and he's put under pressure for the first time in this half. Corner kick coming here. Long ball over the top. Yesin trying to go all the way back. He underhits it, and a chance to break out now for Socceroof. The big switch of the field, but Yesin able to recover from his own mistake. This game's starting to open up a little bit. The interception from Pedro. And the collision will lead to a foul. Joe Shergan, our referee, right on top of that one. And a chance for a little bit of a line change. And now we've got a goalkeeper switch here for Socceroof. So Clement Diop now in the pink jersey in frame. As I mentioned, one of the staples of this team. One of the players that the coaching staff has leaned on to help put this group together and lead this squad in person. Diop, starting out, of course, his career in his native France before coming over to the United States to play all the years he did in Major League Soccer. Diop originally out of the Amiens Academy. We've got a player down behind the play now in Castera. Both these teams still trying to figure each other out, and I think you can see two teams much more equipped to play in this competition, and so there are not a lot of empty spaces and gaps in this team as we kick off men's group stage match 3 action across the fields. Get you updated with all the scores as they go on. Quick goal in the Raleigh Rebels, the other two teams in this group. Both these teams control their own destiny. For Socceroof, they're very likely to get through. The only scenario they wouldn't is if they lose this game, quick goals wins, and the goal differential all of a sudden gets swapped around, as you'd have the first tiebreaker is head-to-head, and you'd have that 3-way tie on head-to-head. In that scenario, though, the 8 of the 12 best third-place teams get through to the next round. It would be shocking if any team on 6 points was not a part of one of those top third-place teams. So the assumption being that Socceroof will be in the next round, but they'd love to ensure it with a win. For the Roha Eagles, similar. 6 points probably enough. If they win this game, they would guaranteed be over Socceroof if it finishes the two of them head-to-head, and Raleigh Rebels knock off quick goal in the other matches. We'll get a free kick on the edge of the box. And so for the Roha Eagles, it is most likely win, and they are in. So a big free kick here coming for the Swiss side. Right on the edge of the box. It's going to be fairly impossible to beat the wall, so you have to think a layoff coming here or hitting it as hard as you can across the 6 a little wider and hoping it knocks off of someone. Colbert in the box, lurking, as is Atakan. Now the free kick taken, and it is a shot attempt right on the end line, cleared out. The Eagles back on the attack, but taken away, and now a chance to break. This one rotated back, laid off, shooting opportunity here, and it's just wide. Costera, a chance he's been waiting for, as Nazai is able to keep this one in play. Nazai on the run. Ducrot stands him up, and the foul is called against Ducrot. Nazai is so lethal in those moments. TST isn't always an open field game. Nazai wants to be in transition. He wants to line up his defenders and go out them at full speed, and a big opportunity there, and I think Ducrot will take that foul conceded. So Sinani now standing over this one alongside Atakan. Atakan just coming out of winning one of the biggest 5v5 tournaments in the world in Germany, $500,000 prize. As this one's hit low, and Nazai can't beat that second defender. So no competition in the world matches the $1 million prize at TST. A number of the teams that play in cash prize tournaments around the world starting to flock here to TST for a chance at the big pool. La Bombonera, that was the case with them. You see the Canadian sides that are starting to run $100,000 cash tournaments up in Toronto. That's how they helped put together the Mississauga Dolphins, the winners of that in this latest tournament, as Diop now goes straight up the middle of the field. Costera lays it off. Beautifully done from Socceroof. Pedro now to the feet of Eli Salt. And here comes the pressure from the Roha Eagles. Socceroof able to keep the ball. Ducrot pull things up. This one sneaks through. Castero drives it across the box. Still alive. And not able to get the power on it in the end on that shot, and Hoja able to hold that one fairly simply off that strike, and that'll be the final play of the first half. So as expected, the top two teams in Group K going toe-to-toe, and we will see what the second half and target score time has in store for us here from TST.
really tell what's
I can't say their names. I'll take it as that.
I would.
No, it's pretty close. But it seems like it's pretty close because it says there's one. Oh no, that might be two fields. Yeah, it's fine.
My friend plays for
Field
all this tournament in Charlotte. She's playing on a team that's based out of
Wait, what's his last name?
No, not Quinn Brown. Quinn Barrett. It's Quinn Brown. Dude, I seen TST's Instagram. They have 180,000 followers. Like, last year they maybe had 50.
Yeah. I mean, is it last year they had 40,000 people?
Yeah, they had chances to get back.
And this year they increased it by like 4,000.
Joe's gonna answer your questions. I think we had 0. Literally so many questions. Yeah, although you're close enough that you can shoot. Yeah, that was the thing. But that was in target. Target score time gets really frustrating because people try to break it in. And it's too boring because it's like. Yeah, it gets there a lot because the team's winning by a lot. They try and walk it in, and some teams want people pulled off the field so they have space to play. Yeah, it was. Yeah, they were one of the teams that sent they were like their U19. That's what FOMO did this year too. I don't know Cagliari what their team is this year. It's like 7. Right, I'm tossing this over.
At the end of the second half, the target score will be set by adding 1 to the leading team's goal count. The first team to reach that target score wins. And here we go. We're off to the second half.
Socceroof, first place in Group K, and they're all green kits going left to right on your screen. The Roha Eagles from Switzerland sitting in second place right now on 3 points, and they're all white going right to left on your monitors. 0-0 in the first half. Clearly the class of the group going toe-to-toe. Both teams had some big looks, but overall still feeling each other out as we close out group play. Quick Goal and Raleigh Rebels, the other two teams in this group, just kicking off on Field 1 inside the stadium here in Cary, North Carolina. The soccer is spread out all over 7 fields in action here today as women's group stage action kicks off and men's group stage action comes to a close when we approach the weekend here in the Triangle. Good turn here, big opportunity. It's squared and cleared off the line. Kone finally able to turn his defender. Selfless there in on goal. going to set up a teammate. Haddad thought he had the finish, and it was cleared off the line from Yasin. The best look of the game so far. Socceroof, though, still knotted at 0-0. 20-minute halves leading to target score time in this 7v7 play, running substitutions throughout. When we get to target score time, we will put one goal on the board, more than the leading team, or one more if it's still tied. And whichever team hits that target score time first will be the winner. For Socceroof, it would guarantee that they won the group. For Roha Eagles, it would most likely mean that they're going to get out of the group stage, but they would have to wait to see the quick goal result to see the final tally. Dedrick Boyata played for Belgium in the 2018 World Cup, making it all the way to the third place game. Long career in the Premier League with Manchester City and the Bundesliga with Hertha Berlin, and now his debut in TST. Gorgeous through ball. Diop's on the ground, and Colbert puts it in from one end to the other. It looked like Socceroof had the breakthrough, and the Roha Eagles, they snatched the lead 1-0 here in the second half. Michael Colbert hasn't had a lot of space to run. He's been playing as that post-up forward at the top of the box throughout. Slipped through, and he beats the veteran Clement Diop. And it is not easy to score on these size goals. The finish, while it looked straightforward, was not. And he had the class and quality to do it. And the Roha Eagles take a 1-0 lead. What a moment there for the Eagles to go from a goal line save to the opening goal end to end. It was the save on the goal line from Yasin. It was the slip ball from Suad Ak. And the finish for Colbert, who now comes off the field to be congratulated by his teammates. Haris Husseini, who was awarded the Adidas Golden Fleece last night for the target score winner, is back on the field, the big number 9, battling with Dedrick Boyata. And this is exactly what the Roha Eagles want. Now that they have the lead, it draws Socceroof's pressure a little bit higher up the field. And one of the Roha Eagles' secret weapons is Hoja's ability with his feet in goal. And they play out through it. Plachi trying to break through two defenders. Slips it to Husai. It's alive in the box. And Clement Diop with the clearance. And now the Roha Eagles are cooking with gas here at WakeMed Soccer Park. Socceroof just trying to stay in this one, you have to think, and manage this pressure. Jan inviting the pressure on him. Now Hoja with the ball. Hoja loves that outside of the foot first time clip when he feels the pressure coming from his right shoulder. It quickly leads to the attack. All the way over to the captain, Plachi. We saw Plachi there. Why players are so worried to close him down tight. His quick first step creates space for himself against almost any defender, as now the battle, and Kone not able to keep possession in his own defensive half. Kone doesn't want to be back there. He wants the ball high up the field. Now he gets the ball. He rides the first tackle. Socceroof not able to keep possession, and Hoja now building out. Jan under pressure. Dangerous moments, and yet Roha Eagles come away with it. Nazi, he takes the left-footed strike, and it's just wide of the top corner. He had the pass to Husseini. He used it as a decoy. It opened up enough space, a little bit of a window, and just not able to wrap his laces around that one. But this game kicking up into high gear here in this second half. A chance to get out of the group and into the knockout rounds on the road to $1 million on the line for these squads. And they are playing like it. Husseini down to the end line. A physical battle now. A shooting opportunity deflected, and Diop with the save. Sekic drives that one. It took a touch off a defender. It just made it harder for Diop, and yet he somehow comes up with the save. Sekic looking for his second goal of the tournament. Robbed by the veteran keeper. Placi all the way back to Yesin. Now Socceroof has to decide when and where do they want to apply their pressure. How high up the field do they want to get pulled in? You see the Roha Eagles, they leave their attackers so high that there's just this massive gap. And any forward that presses has no support behind them. You're basically hoping for a mistake from the player you are putting pressure on. Now it comes. Hoja trying to play out of it. Sekic comes to support. Yesin now flying up the field. Out wide for the captain. Placi gets to his left foot, to the end line. Cut back, alive in the box, and the shot is into the hands of Diop. Diop quickly with the throw out. And now Socceroof looking to take advantage. The crossfield ball. And it's knocked away by the captain. Heguabi here. Thought he would have a half second more to line up his shot. These two teams scrapping end to end. Castera in. Hoja with the touch. And Placi comes away with it. He looks around to see what support he has. It opens up some space. He goes wide. The left-footed shot saved with the foot by Diop. The clearance, though, straight back to Sekic. And finally, the green jerseys are able to recover and defend. This is the pace and style of play we've come to expect from these two teams. As the chess match continues, a chess match played at 95 miles per hour between these two teams. It's so much composure until the moment they're ready to go, and then it's going 100 miles per hour from these two teams. Serzer pulls his defender higher up the field. And now Yasin playing a little give and go with Hoja. Yasin high up the field now to Batiyari. It's knocked away. Serzer able to recover. Socceroof chasing here in this second half, but can they keep their lines clean enough to survive it? Reminder, target score time will be set after this, and the time will never run out on you. You do not have to get back in any certain amount of time from a deficit. You just got to be able to stay within touching distance. Placi over to Serzer. Sekic now. Green jerseys all around him. They understand the threat Sekic can cause as Ducrot comes away. Boulette floats this one into the middle of the field. It finds a teammate, and now Castero leading the break. The left-footed shot saved by Hoja. Andrea Hoja doesn't have the captain's armband, but he's their leader from the back. And he steps up big with the save. Looks like it's going to be Anthony Castera if the goal does come at some point. Long-time career in England with Leicester City and Bristol City. Coming up through the ranks in France, finishing his career back in France in Ligue 1 as this one's cleared out into the Raleigh sky. Villarreal on the field against Brown Ballers FC beside us. reminder, quick goal. The other team with a victory who knocked off the Roha Eagles in Game 1 yesterday in this group. They are facing off against the Raleigh Rebels inside the big stadium on Field 1 right now. We have a lot of big games left to come. West Ham just finishing up in their big matchup against 1015 FC. Two teams coming in sitting on victories. West Ham 1 win. They lost to Villarreal, which clinched the group, or at least a spot in the knockouts for Villarreal. Find out who wins the group as Castera now. This is where he wants to be, dictating play with the ball at his feet rather than trying to pressure it. And a foul gets called. Yassine called for the heavy contact against Mutombo. Mutombo, one of the many new pieces in this Socceroof squad. As I said, retooling their group after last year's competition. As that flick just goes wide. Mutombo here to take the free kick, one of the many full internationals in this squad. Played for the DR Congo in his international career. And it is the beauty of TST, the way it's set up. You've got players who played in World Cups across the teams. City Soccer, a player in their ranks that was on the field in the World Cup final back in 2010. You've got Nani, who won a European championship at this competition. And then you've got players who are futsal experts or college soccer players or current high school academy players from every corner of the world. And with the 7v7 target score format, as long as you can ball, you've got an opportunity. And it is so fun to watch all of these teams go toe-to-toe. And we are in for another treat, a full day of soccer here, going through all the way past 10 p.m. Eastern time. So stick to ESPNU and the tournament's YouTube page for all of your matches live streaming. As now the goal scorer, Colbert, surges forward, out wide for Ak, and Ak flashes it wide. An intimidating presence in Clement Diop, hurdling off his line. He closes down the angle, and he's able to force the mistake from Suad Ak. But again, as I said, it's chess, and then when they go, it's a 100-mile-per-hour sprint. Mutombo called for the foul there. So we are into the final 6 minutes of this second half. At the end, we'll set the target score time. 1 goal more than the team with the higher score, and we will play until we hit that mark. Every 3 minutes, pulling a player off the field for both sides, starting at 7v7, and we can go down from 6v6 all the way to 2v2. The Roha Eagles love their game plan in target time. Target score time, even more space opens up for them to play in as a group that is used to that. As here's the big mistake, though, and it's not taken advantage of. Castera bashes one off the post, and now the Roha Eagles are in the other way. And Nazai's shot deflected off Ducrot and saved by Diop. End-to-end action here in the final group stage game for the title of top of the group in Group K. And Ducrot comes over and lets that one fly, and Jan gets called for the foul after the play. No quarter given between these two teams. Castera comes off frustrated. It's the chance he's been waiting for. That is what you are hoping is the reverse on the Roha Eagles style, is any mistake they make is so deep in their defensive third that it's immediately leading to either a chance or a goal. Castera had the right idea, hitting it first time. You didn't want white jerseys surrounding you and complicating the play, but could not find the back of the net. Diop. Straight up the middle of the field. Mutombo back to him. Well, the chest down. Diop didn't start the game, but has played this entire second half in goal. He's made some massive saves. Why he is considered such a crucial piece of this team has been on display. Boulette all the way over the top. The header there from Sukuna. And now Ak comes away. Ak cuts it back for Husseini. Husseini to his right foot. Husseini's shot, and it's saved again by Diop. And the follow-up is saved by who else? Clement Diop, standing strong in goal. The goal-scoring specialist, Haris Husseini, lined that one up. He used the defender to block Diop's vision a little bit, and it did not matter. Placci going across the top of the box. Now it's back to Placci. Just back on the field is the captain. Boyata, though, using his long legs to take it away. Serzer able to win it back for his team. And now the Roha Eagles in control. About 2 minutes left to play here in regular time before we enter target score time. Is there another goal in this one? Can Socceroof steal the momentum? Late on, can the Roha Eagles pad their lead? Placci back to Serzer. All the way deep into the box. Nazai trying to make something special happen. He turns it over. The Roha Eagles win it back. Placci fakes the back pass. He turns up towards goal. Diop with the save, and now the break could be on for Socceroof. Players from both sides flying forward. Kone holds it up. And now Socceroof trying to fashion one more chance. Placci not able to get on the end of that one. An inch too far. Diop with the long ball. Hoja off his line, and he will guide it all the way back over the line and out. And a one-goal lead is not a lot to go into target score time with. But if anyone will feel comfortable in the tight margins, it'll be this Roha Eagle squad. They're used to playing inside, in front of crowds, right on top of them for massive cash prizes. They play all year as a group. They've increased their ranks for this 7v7 competition, and it has boded well so far. Can they get over the line somehow and get out of the group? Serzer cuts this one back. Big opportunity, and there it is. Nazai's been lurking all half, and finally, Admir Nazai gets the second goal. He makes it a 2-0 lead for target score time on the final kick. And the Roha Eagles one goal away from moving to first place in Group K. We'll be back with target score action in just a moment here from TST. What? Oh, nice. Who had the assist on that one? Okay. Is there like a... target score time action here at TST for the top spot in Group K. The Roha Eagles leading 2-0, 1 goal, and they walk away with 6 points in the group stage for Socceroof. It's not an impossible task. We saw more done throughout yesterday than coming back from 2 goals down. If they score 3 unanswered, they would get the victory here. They'd finish perfect on 9 points and would win Group K guaranteed. Both of these teams probably heading to the next round. But they want to ensure their spot there, control their own destiny, get as high a seed as possible in the bracket, and set themselves up with the best road to $1 million here in Cary, North Carolina. The fans flocking around to watch target score time as day 2 of action starts to really turn up here. We've got group stage play for the women's side kicking off in just a moment alongside us as Street Ballers FC takes on Albion, one of the giant clubs in North America. But first we have to finish up the action here on Field 5. David Goss with you on this YouTube stream. So free kick here on the edge of the box. A big opportunity for Socceroof. If they steal this goal here, it would make the road back even easier, and the shot is off the wall. It looks like a free kick getting called against Socceroof as the foul goes against them. Axel Tressens hitting that shot on the ground, not able to elevate it. It's so hard to score on those free kicks around the goal because of how small the goal is, but at the same time, with so many bodies in front of a goalkeeper, you never know what could happen at the same time. So every 3 minutes here in target score time that we do not have that third goal scored by either side, we will pull a player off the field from 7v7 down to 6v6 all the way to 2v2 as that shot's deflected over the crossbar. And we approach that first 3 minutes, and we're going to pull a player off the field for both teams. So we're into 6v6 play here at TST. Any goal in the back of the net, and Roha Eagles walk away on 6 points in Group K, and they finish at first place for now, awaiting the result from Quick Goal. On the flip side, for Socceroof, they just want to get that first one. The captain, Plachi. And now it'll go all the way back to Sinani. And the ace in the hole here, Andrea Hoja. And his ability in possession. Socceroof showing a little bit of pressure now. Serzer up to Sinani, and Roha Eagles will reset. They have the big target forward in Haris Husseini, who scored the Adidas Golden Fleece target score winning goal last night in the win over the Raleigh Rebels. Every player who scores a target score winner, they secure 3 points for their team and a once-in-a-lifetime Adidas Golden Fleece scarf for themselves. And you could see a little bit of gamesmanship there between Castera and Serzer. They know, sort of playing a little bit of chess between the two of them, but it worked out for Castera in regulation. He got the one big mistake he was looking for, but he hit his volley off the post. That would have made it 1-1 as Husseini's going to get called for the foul there. Coming right over the back of Pierre Caillet. Caillet, French-born, came over to the U.S. to play college soccer. One of a few college soccer alums in this Socceroof squad. So now a chance. Socceroof, the first real opportunity here in target score to put their foot on the ball and knock it around. There is no rush. The clock can never run out of you no matter what the deficit is. But the lower you get down to players on the field, the more likely a goal is scored for both teams. So if you're trying to make the comeback, you want to get just one or two before it becomes a 2v2 or 3v3 situation. Ducros to the top of the box. Socceroof, a ton of movement right now off the ball. Trying to find the mistake, the gap in this Roha Eagles group that's had to fly over from Europe, adjust to the time zone, adjust to the weather. Both these teams playing 2 games yesterday and having to get the energy back into their legs for the early start here this morning. Hoja will restart it. Yesin just in off the bench. Sekic coming back on, as does Batiyari. And we are going to pull our next 2 players off the field. So we're down to 5v5 action in this one for the top of Group K. It was a goal early in the second half by Mikhail Corbert for the Roha Eagles right after a ball was cleared off the line that looked like it was going to give Socceroof a 1-0 lead. And then the final kick of the second half was the goal for Nazai to make it 2-0. But it has been exactly as we expected, a clash of titans here for what seems like the 2 best teams, not just in Group K, but arguably in the competition. 2 teams that could see each other again down the road, depending on how the bracket breaks. Some early favorites coming out. Villarreal looking very good. Nani FC looking improved even from last year's title run team. We have seen Pumas de Alabama, which has pulled 7 players off the championship-winning La Bombonera side, explode out the gates, including a win over Reggae Rovers, one of the pre-tournament favorites last night. And then La Bombonera, one of the first teams in Group A as the reigning title holders to clinch their spot into the knockout rounds. Can Roha Eagles secure their spot alongside them? It feels really safe to assume that Socceroof on 6 points are going to get there, whether it's as group winners, second place, or at worst, one of the best third place teams. Serzer out wide to Sekic. Sekic now cuts inside for the Roha Eagles. They're in no rush. They've got the lead. They have belief that they can create chances as players come off the field, as Sekic's shot is curled just wide. They felt it was deflected for a corner kick. That's not the case. And Clement Diop, who has been immense in this second half, will get us restarted. And the swap will be made. So Clement Diop running off the field. And Musa Haddad in the pink penny will serve as the goalkeeper right now to add an additional set of comfortable feet to work here in 5v5 play. Sukuna over to Haddad. Boulette back to Sukuna. You can see Kone lurking on the top of the 6. He wants the ball into his feet. That's where he's so dangerous on the turn. It was the way he almost created that goal that was cleared off the line in the second half. Big switch of the field. Brought down by Sukuna. Boulette. Good patience here from Socceroof as we now approach the end of the next 3 minutes of time. This one's into the hands of Hoja, and we're going to pull another player off the field in just a moment. We're going to be down to 4v4 action. As now Joe Sargin seeing the clock, he will stop and pull those players off the field. So it's 4v4 play here in target score time for the top spot in Group K. Socceroof, one of the largest indoor facilities around the United States, expanding out of New York across the country. Do yourself a favor, Google it and see if there's one near you. A great place to go play all night, all day, any weather. Started by French entrepreneurs who have now tapped into their connections across France to bring in some of the best players in Ligue 1 history to be a part of this team. And they have gone 2-0 so far in this competition. They had to suffer last night in target score play. They led 5-1 entering target score time. They ended up hanging on for a 6-4 win, conceding 3 straight to quick goal before eventually scoring the winner, as now Andrea Hoja steps high up the field. And this is not a Roha Eagles team that is going to put a field player in goal. Hoja's feet, some of the best in the tournament. And here's the chance for Ka to the end line to cross all the way through, too high for Jan. Jan's able to save it, but that was not the intent there from Yassin. And a substitution now coming for the Roha Eagles. And it will be the captain onto the field, Nedzad Plachi. He and Hoja, the heartbeat of this squad. They've got 4 players on the field, all comfortable in possession, as Plachi now opens up some space in the box. Plachi 1v1. Plachi battling. He's able to slide it over, and Jan will reset the play. See Plachi's movement off the ball, opening up a little bit of space. And Kone now, the attacker, is going to have to work defensively. Ak trying to get to his right foot. And the ball, fortunate to fall back to Hoja. Now Ak gets it back. Ak looking for some space to shoot. 1-on-1, his left-footed strike, and it'll roll wide. So Socceroof working hard enough to keep themselves in it here. And now their chance to try and cut the lead a little bit. So Haddad will remain as the rotation goalkeeper here, try and add a little bit of attacking impetus to this group. Haddad over to Sukune. Haddad. Right-footed shot, saved by Hoja. Kone on it, not able to get a shot away. But Socceroof keep possession. Haddad. Just a lethal strike there. It's turned over. There's no one in goal. Serzer trying to get away. And the foul will get called against Rodriguez. A yellow card will be shown, I believe, to Haddad for knocking the ball away. But that's what's going to be necessary for this team if they're going to stay in this one. Quick goal, and the Raleigh Rebels tied at 0-0. 5 minutes away from target score time. And we are into 3v3 action here. On field 5. The drama at an all-time high as these teams go toe-to-toe for the top of the group. So it'll be Sinari and Serzer. Mohamed Serzer, German futsal international, joining this team after playing for Tony Kroos's squad in his special league over in Germany. And looking for an opportunity to make his first trip to the TST knockout rounds. Kone, it's a long shift for him. It's a lot of work to have to keep defending and a lot of space to cover. Hoja now, one of the few goalkeepers that won't have to be taken off the field in these moments. They're going to dictate things. You'd have to think one of the players like Ak or Sekic or Plavic would be the players you'd want on the field here because of their lethal first step that can beat any defender who closes them down. Right now, Roha Eagles going with a little bit of a more conservative group, and maybe they want this clock to run down. The expectation is if you get into 2v2 territory, both teams are going to score every time they touch the ball. And with a 2-0 lead, that could mean the win. Roha steps forward. For Socceroof, it's going to be hard to try and press in any way with so much space to cover. Roha now brings it all the way back to midfield. And Roha will come off the field. So here's the big change. Suad Ka comes on. Ka now trying to push a little more pressure in. Serzer will be the deepest point of the attack. Kone's had to work so hard in this game. He's had very few chances on goal, which is what he is out there to do, but he has done his shift defensively. Serzer walks it forward. Any ball in the back of the net, and Roha Eagles walk off the field in first place in the group. They believe that they brought the group capable of winning this whole thing this year. This is the first step in proving it for Socceroof. They think they are good enough to take the $1 million. Put Socceroof's name up in lights. As we approach the final 30 seconds of this 3-minute period and get close to 2v2 action. Here from Cary, North Carolina. Just the start of about 12 hours of soccer here. Serzer sneaks inside. Serzer with the space, cuts it back, and Diop with the touch, but he cannot save it. And the Adidas Golden Fleece winner, the target scorer, goal scorer, and securing the 3 points for FC Roha Eagles is Suad Ak, his second goal of the competition. And the Roha Eagles move to first place in Group K. They finish on 6 points. Only losing by 1 to Quick Goal yesterday. Coming back with a big 4-1 win last night against the Raleigh Rebels. And they see out an undefeated Socceroof team 3-0 here in this one. And they know that they have what it takes as Ak is awarded the Golden Fleece presented by Adidas. And this team wins 3-0 in the end. Composed the entire time in target score. And they seal the win. We have a ton more action to go. So stick to the TST YouTube page and ESPNU for all your 2025 TST action.